Hey guys, I'm here today with my July wrap-up. I'm sorry that I guess like pretty much all the videos I've really uploaded have been wrap-ups and hauls and a couple tag videos, I guess. I'm sorry about that. I know I said that I was going to upload a ton of videos last week, and that didn't happen, and cue lame excuse now, but I am going on vacation next week. On Thursday I leave. I'm going to Italy, France, and Switzerland for 10 days, so I've been trying to pick up as many work shifts as I can because I don't work during the school year and I need money, so I've been trying to pick up as many hours I can at work so that I have money to spend during the school year. And so I've just been having a hard time finding the time to actually record these videos. Yeah, lame excuse, I know. So before I go on vacation, I'm going to try to upload my August book haul, which won't have very much. It's mainly e-read books because I'm not going to bring a lot of hard copies with me on vacation. And then I'm going to upload a kind of craft video. I'm making these bookends, homemade bookends, and I recorded it, and I just need to edit it and record one last thing at the end of the video, and then I'm going to upload that too, so that'll be kind of a fun one. Anyways, back to the original video. I read 5 books in July, and that was better than last month, but still not as good as I would have wished. The first book I read in July was The Knife of Never Letting Go by Patrick Ness, and I really ended up enjoying this book a lot. It was kind of hard for me to get into the book at first because it's kind of written in a different slang, not a different language, but it's written in slang, so it kind of took a while to get used to that. I kind of don't like books that are written in slang because I read them slower because I'm like, wait, what is that? What are they trying to get across there? I don't know. But once you get the hang of it, it was pretty easy to fly through this. I really enjoyed it. I love the characters. I thought they were portrayed very well, and they were written very well, and the author did a good job describing them. And the only part I didn't like is the end. And if you've read the book, then you know what I'm talking about probably. But I don't want to say, because if you haven't read it, I don't want to ruin it, but I didn't like it. The second book that I read in July was The Ask and Answer by Patrick Ness, which is the second book in the Chaos Walking series. I didn't like this one as much. Todd pissed me off so much. Todd's character for me in this book just fizzled so much. I just wanted to strangle him. Is that okay to say? Okay, it is, because I just wanted to strangle him. He was so annoying, so oblivious to everything, and his character just had a huge downfall for me. I just wanted to skip to the end of the book when he would stop being such a little twat, or twit. What do you call it? A twit? Twat? Whatever, an idiot. While Todd's character fizzled for me, Viola's character sparked a lot. I loved her in this book. She was just so strong in this book, and I just loved how in the Ask and Answer we got to go through her perspective instead of just Todd's. Because if it was only through Todd's, I probably would not have liked this book at all because, like I said, I just hated him in this book. I hated his character. Viola's character was so great, and she's what made this book for me. If she wasn't in it, like I said, I would have hated it. But the end was very, very good, and it made up for the whole Todd being an idiot throughout this whole book. So in the end, I really enjoyed it, and I'm very excited to pick up the last book, and I will probably pick that up right before I go on vacation, and this will probably be one of the books that I bring with me. The third book I read in July was The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime by Mark Haddon. This one, once again, was another book that I had a hard time getting into. This book was just kind of slow for me. It just didn't progress really until the end, and I just feel like it dragged out a little bit. But I will say that I probably learned more from this book than I did in my 14 years so far of school. I'm not kidding. I think I learned a lot from this book, and it's funny because when you actually read something that has to do with like math or something, for me it sticks in there and I just will always remember it, and when I learned at school, it goes right over my head. And so yeah, that was really funny, and I thought that was really cool and neat, and yeah. So I enjoyed it in the end. I think I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. It wasn't the best book I've ever read. One of my friends read it and she raved about it, but it was just kind of for me. The fourth book I read in July was Mila 2.0. It's really cool because this book takes place in Minnesota, and if you don't know, that's where I'm from, and I've never read a book that takes place in Minnesota, and it's really cool because the city that this book takes place in is like 10 minutes away from me, and I've been there multiple times. So I thought that was kind of cool and interesting. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. It kind of was a major turn. Like, I knew this book was about an android girl, but for some reason I didn't really think she was going to end up being like a full-blown robot android. Maybe I just didn't read the synopsis very clearly, because it clearly says she's an android, but I guess that just flew over my head too. That was kind of weird, and it was kind of an adjustment because she's just so human, so much like a human, but then she's a robot, and I always had to keep reminding myself, but I really enjoyed it, and I think it's just, this is a very unique science fiction book, and I ended up really enjoying the whole android aspect, and I really highly recommend it. And I'm very excited for the second book because it left off at a very big cliffhanger. But I will say, a stupid love triangle just had to be thrown into this book, like every stupid YA book. Now I was so sure that I loved the guy at the beginning of the book, but then a second guy was thrown in, and I was like, no, I love him way more. And then I completely was like, oh, the first guy, oh, he's stupid, I don't like him. And then the first guy comes back, and I'm like, just no. I hate love triangles. I just hate them. But I'm excited for the third book. The second book. There's a third book, but I'm very excited for the second book to come out because it left off at a cliffhanger, and boy number 2 better come back. The fifth book that I read in July was The Fifth Wave by Rick Yancey. And I got this book as a birthday present from one of my friends, and she was in the middle of reading it, so we decided to read it together. So that's why I pushed this one ahead of all my other books that I have to read. All of those. I love this book. It was so good. It was, I loved it. I can't, it's one of those books that I haven't quite decided what I want to say about it yet. I just finished it a few days ago, and it quite hasn't sunk in, and I'm not quite sure what I want to say about it besides that I really loved it. I felt like some parts were a little slow and kind of just like, kind of not necessary to throw that in there. But other than that, I loved it. I loved it. The final book I read in July was An Abundance of Catherines by John Green. I ended up surprisingly really enjoying this. I didn't really think that I would like it as much as I did. I kept pushing it down my list because it's like, oh, it's not grabbing my attention anymore. I don't know. I don't want to read it right now. Finally, I was like, okay, fine, I'm just going to read it. I don't really care. It was funny, and that's why I love John Green, because his books have so much humor, and I love that when you actually are just smiling and laughing while reading the book. So yeah, John Green, once again, did not disappoint me. So that is all I read in July, and about all I have for today. I will upload my August book haul either tomorrow or in a couple days. And then I will upload my craft video also in the next couple of days once I'm finished editing that. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye.